Plaintiff Tracy Bookinger says she's always been a nurturing person. And when she met the defendant at work, they became instant friends. Tracy knew the defendant came from a dysfunctional background, so she took her under her wing, but she's suing her today for breach of contract. Defendant Heather Weber says as a child, her teenage mother left her to be raised by her grandparents. And when she got older, she took over 20 paternity tests to try and find her biological father. Heather insists she attempted to repay Tracy.
Start with you.
Just to start out about myself, why the way I am. I think it all started about when I was small. My father passed away when I was little. And I remember myself pulling a chair up to a phone and dialing my auntie passed away. And I remember calling her to come and help because my mother wasn't handling it very well. I remember calling her to come and help me. Thus, I think I instilled a mothering instinct in me. And later on, my mom passed away as well of cancer about 2 years ago. And me and my sister, my younger sibling, have been with my mother every day, 24 hours a day, day and night, staying by her bedside because she did not want to die alone. So I think that's where my nurturing aspect came. And so I care a lot about my family, like I know you do, because I've seen you, as I care about my family as well. My husband is here with me today, and my children, and that's where it all started from. And
now, where do you know the defendant?
Actually, I know Heather from work. We worked together for
how long?
Quite some time. Oh, about almost 2 years.
Okay.
Almost 2 years. And when I saw Heather, we hit it off right away. We were actually instant friends because she actually looks like my daughter, acted like my daughter, kind of took her underneath my wing, thinking of her as my daughter. She came from a very dysfunctional family. Of course, I wanted to step in and bring her up to where I thought I knew where she could be. She could reach the stars. So I think
she crossed you instead.
Yeah.
Start with you, ma'am.
Yeah.
You give me some background.
Like Tracy had mentioned, I do come from kind of an unusual upbringing, even though I do really admire family values.
Tell me about it.
Well, at a very young age, I was left with my grandparents. It was supposed to be just for one night. My teenage mother had other priorities like illicit activities, drugs, chasing men, things such as that. I never felt like I belonged. It was nothing I did was ever good enough. You know, it was just really, really hard. I eventually found out, you know, that they weren't my parents. I thought they were for the longest time. And then once I found out that, I was like, oh, now I understand why I don't belong. That led to about 20 plus paternity tests to try and find out who my father was. Eventually, it was just, as I was growing up, I found out there's more to life than living paycheck to paycheck, living off the state welfare, using the system. I didn't want that. I wanted to aspire to something more. I was actually the second person in my family to graduate high school, first one to go to any kind of college and graduate, went to cosmetology school. It was a passion of mine.
Congratulations.
So, well, thank you. You know, just because of where you grow up doesn't mean you have to be that way.
Tell me about it.
Always strive to be something more. Something I really admired about Tracy is how she saw that in me.
And then
it was really
you crossed.
nice to finally have somebody support me. What's that?
And then you crossed her.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose. Well, at least you admit the crossing it was by accident. Now let me hear why you're suing her.
I borrowed her the amount of money the money that I borrowed her, and she made a few payments, and all of a
You
sudden,
loaned it to her yourself, you say?
No, actually, it was a secured loan through a bank. We
co-signed for her?
Co-signed for her. And all of a sudden, I got late notices and things like that, and then all of a sudden I wasn't getting any, so I thought, wow, Heather's paying her bill. What a good girl. I thought she was, you know. And come lo and behold, she was not paying the bill. They said
What did she say when you told her it wasn't being paid?
She said, oh, I'm doing the best I can. I have it. I can't get there. I don't have a car.
Okay. Ma'am, do you admit that you owe her?
Originally, we had agreed for me to make those payments.
She co-signed for you?
Right.
For how much?
For $3,500.
$3,500, ma'am, is that correct?
That's right.
All right.
Correct.
How much did you pay, ma'am?
It was $518.
$518. What about the rest then?
I'm broke. I don't have the money.
That's your only defense?
Well, so sorry. I lost my job in October. I was making payments up until then, and unfortunately, I mean, I was even selling some of my stuff to try and come up with money.
So that's your only defense, is that you can't afford to pay her.
Right.
Okay. Well, that's not a legal defense, so we have to order you to pay her. $3,128 is your judgment, ma'am. Her only defense is that she can't afford it yet. I'm sure she will have to at some point in the future.
I tried to. I did. I tried to pay her back.
I know you did.
Okay.
That's good. That's very honorable of you.
Well,
All right, keep trying. The amount I ordered. All right, have a good day.
Thank you, Judge. I hope she gets on her feet.
we just want to get back to where we were before. That's all.
I just want her. I feel for you.
Yep.